truck on the other side's driving in the gutter. There is no other option on this view.
It's like a 6-lane freeway. Everyone's driving the gutter. With the middle's just awful. Well, yeah, what about 50k an hour?
And we think that's good, 50k an hour for this bit. Well, we just had to stop. We're 20 k's out of Cohen on the north side. And look, it could be Australia's most remote food truck, who knows? And homemade cookies and Danishes daily, Kransky buns and burgers, coffee and lots of drinks. So there you go, she actually lives at the airport and she drives out. He's getting his coffee fix. We are camping at Musgrave Roadhouse today. We could have gone further, but we wanted to camp here because their dam is full of freshwater crocs and they're renowned for feeding them.
At 5 o'clock, which is about now.
Yeah, and they've decided not to feed them today. So they're all waiting for food, including the turtles, and they're not getting fed.
The turtles aren't scared either, they're walking all over the top of them.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's the same old price, $15 per person per night, and you get the show thrown in if you're here on the right night.
Otherwise, if we knew it wasn't happening, we went straight through further.
Yeah, we would have driven further because we stopped quite early, but that's all good. We're actually a day ahead of what we need to be to get the windscreen fixed. Good morning from Musgrave. This is the camping area. I'm trying to spot little kangaroos in this bit. They come out a little bit and then they go back in. They're tiny and they're almost white. And now I've got the camera, they're nowhere to be seen. It was a good night here, but it got quite hot in the afternoon, so we had to put everything up. So that's our shade cloth, because the sun was just over there. But when we pulled up, it was actually looking like rain and it was cold, and we thought that it wouldn't matter where we parked, and then half an hour later, it did matter where we parked.
Well, after about 2,500 k's from Lakeland up to the tip and back again, we're about 60 k's north of Lakeland. No more dirt for a while, I hope. Next lot of dirt will probably be, well, somewhere in the NT, I guess.
That's our Cape York adventure done. We're back at Lakeland. We're getting fuel from the Roadhouse. It's $2 a litre, which is 80 cents cheaper than what we've been paying on the PDR. And the little park that we walked at the beginning, when we were in, just before we hit Cooktown, is over there. We've had a lovely holiday and we're looking forward to the beyond part now. This is us from the future, a little bit more wiser and a little bit more poorer. We thought that we came off the PDR and finished it and we had nothing but a doorknob broken on the cupboard, but it wasn't actually the case, although the symptoms didn't really start to show themselves until we were a few weeks down the track.
Yeah, so we headed down to Deluxe Camper Trailers in Woodside, east of Adelaide. Their Signature's agent here in South Australia. Luckily it was all flat roads because the brakes were playing up. The tow pro tested fine, but when they pulled the left rear brake apart, they found a wire had broken. That's all it was, and the brakes were the magnet was good, the brakes were good, and after over 60,000 k's I thought they'd be worn out, but they're still fine. So he fixed it up for us, and while he was doing that, he found a bolt at the top of the suspension swing arm had sheared off. And he said that was probably caused when we were going over the corrugations up through the Cape. So he fixed it up as well, and he also found the bushes on the left-hand side of the swing arm, left-hand side swing arm had worn out. So we contacted Lovells, which is the suspension we have, and they couldn't get him in for 3 weeks. So he had some other set that was similar, and they do the job. So he put them in for us. The right hand side probably needs replacing sooner or later, but it's not too bad. And then he found the McHitch had too much free play, our coupling had too much free play, so he had one line about which he repaired. He put that in for us as well, so they did a really good job for us. Also, our bull bar it looked like it dropped about 10 mil on one side, so we contacted our installer in Canberra, and they rung up Mount Barker ARB, which is east of Adelaide, and they took us straight in. We turned up, they put the car straight in, they pulled out, had a look at it, and I think they found a couple of bolts had loosened off somehow, and there were some shims missing. So they fixed all that up, tightened it all up for us. They said it's still got a slight lean, but it looks like one side is higher. One side is okay, but one side's higher, so it's pushing the other side down a bit. So we don't know why. So when we get back to Canberra, we'll go see our installer, and they'll have a look at it for us. But everything's fine now. The brakes are working fine. Everything else is okay.
We had planned to do Uluru and everything, and then start the Unadilla track, and it was just that the TowPro was mucking up that we decided to head to Adelaide and have it all checked out. And we've been told by both the ARB person and the person that worked on the Iridium that it's very lucky that we didn't choose to do the Unadilla track, because things could have gone wrong quite quickly. And now we're back on the road and a lot safer for it with fully working brakes. It felt like an easy drive today, I think, because so much of it was on bitumen after being on red dirt and looking at corrugations. And we've come to Mareeba to get the windscreen replaced. That'll be on Friday. We're actually a day ahead of what we expected. We thought it'd take us 3 days, and so it's only taken us 2. Chose to stay at the Mareeba Bush Camp. No bookings required. It just says on the website there's plenty of room. It's $15 a night. Water's included. Have to have your own amenities. And then it's a big property like this, so you can camp anywhere you like, he says. He's dug out a few spots like what we're on and made them flat. The only thing is no open fires. You can have a contained fire like in a pig, but no other fires. And everywhere you see these plants, there will be a tap hidden near it. So you don't have taps sticking out. It's just, he said, every time you see the orange gold taps, and feel free to wash our car or anything that we want to. And a big book exchange. John's very excited because some of the books are not romance novels.
There's crap romance, crap. Murder, mystery, supernatural stuff. I just went up and did a books change up at the caretaker's office, and I found a book that solved 50% of your problems. So I got 2 of them.
We are currently looking for the lookout that's marked on the map, and we've come to the powered sites. So we are literally all the way over on that point over there, We've walked down the gully and back up and come, and this is the main road, and when we drove in we could see vans. We thought we'd miss the turn off for a minute. Well, we have walked through the powered sites, past their amenities, and we're coming to the Lion Club of Mareeba lookout. We are at the gorge to see rock wallabies and maybe turtles, and because you've got to, we're washing our hands first, and then it's about a 2-kilometre walk, right?
Something like that apparently, yeah.
So we didn't realise if you camp here for $18 a night you get this all free. If you come as a day visitor it's $15 per person. First stop, we're going to climb the rock and have a look. It's quite spectacular. Those boulders are quite prominent, aren't they? She asked John if he had trekking shoes to wear, and he said he had the thongs, and she was like, okay, so we'll see.
I've worn shoes for about 4 weeks, so I don't tend to put them on now.
She was a bit taken back by his response. And there are definitely boulders. Oh, and look, there's a little rock wallaby on the rock over there. Look at that. Just sitting there doing its own thing. Oh, you're so starving. Really? Right there, can you see the head of the turtle and the thin fin? I can. Look at the water running. You just have to take it slow and steady. According to the map that we were giving at the visitors centre and the sign, these are dinosaur prints. And that was what we were scrambling for. I have no other information except that the map and the visitor centre say that they are. So if you know anything else, let us know. So you can continue to rock scramble
over that way,
but it's getting a bit hairy and it's hot. Hey, and it's lunchtime and we've seen the highlight. Okay, well that section was a bit sketchy for me. I actually had to sit on a rock to slide down it because my leg wasn't long enough. The camera bag fell upside down. I lost quite a few GoPro batteries. So a little expensive walk. Sometimes you go on grade 3s and they're not really grade 3s. This really is, like lots of rock scrambling. And this section's supposed to be a little bit easier. Well, we're seeing we're just underprepared. Should have had water with us. Lovely to come out here and have lunch and swim, but we didn't know. We just saw a sign and followed it, and that's part of going for an adventure. Today in Mareeba has been an admin-y kind of day, I guess you'd call it. But we're both smiling because look, we have a whole windscreen and it's the cleanest thing that we actually own right at this minute, the windscreen. Is that right?
when you drive, it looks like there's not even a windscreen there.
No, they did a really good job.
And it took them about 2 hours.
Yeah, we're just spending the day not driving too far, letting it cure a bit further, let it set. Just a little bit old-fashioned we are. Scream. We did grocery shopping, our first big grocery shopping. I think we're day 54. Last night we had pancakes for dinner, that's how low we'd gotten. And it was over $250, but we got everything that we need for quite a while. But the best thing is, I got my python snakes, so I'm having an afternoon of chewing pythons. What did you get that was special?
Nothing, as usual.
Oh, what a load of crap.
I got nothing.
Yogurt, chocolate,
Fruitcake,
biscuits. This is our final morning here in Mareeba. It is windy but the sun is shining and the view still looks beautiful. You'll forgive John and I if we look a bit tired. Somebody was still playing their boom, boom, boom music at 2 o'clock this morning, and it was just annoying enough that you couldn't quite get to sleep. And it's just, somebody's not that impressed, are you?
It was crap music too. If it was decent music, it'd be all right, but it's just crap.
We've decided to do is pack everything up and seal the van. And then the guy said we can use as much water as we want to wash the car and the van. So we're going to try and do that and get some of this red dust off the solar panel. And it'll also give us a good opportunity to make sure that seal on the windscreen is right. And then we're going to go into town and fill our tanks, empty our dump and find a rubbish bin, because you can't dump rubbish here. There's no rubbish bins. Potable water station isn't signposted anywhere, so I'm going to do my best to explain. It's the Lions Park, Mazda dealer, a BP service station, and then like a little triangle park in between the main street and a residential street. And on that final note, we're headed to explore the Savannah Way. So I will see you on the other side.
One thing I've got to tell you guys, if you want to get a haircut in Mareeba, book. I wanted to get a haircut Everyone went into said, "Nut, we're booked out." I think, oh.
Yeah, there's no barbers, but there was lots of hairstylists.
They said we can go to Atherton, which is an hour away. I don't know how far. So we might have to drive tomorrow and find a barber.
So I don't know what everybody's thinking, but he wants to get the ponytail cut off and shave his head.
Well, a lot shorter. Yes. This is annoying me.
Very pleased with himself because we stopped and bought a watermelon from a roadside stall.
We went past a farmer place and we went and I stole it.
You did not.
I just stole it. Yes.
He did not. We paid $10 for that huge watermelon that he better eat now.
That's my workout for the 4 months.
I know. I keep a little journal of what we've done every day and what I'd change and what I heard for gossip and, you know, just that sort of thing. I'm reading through it today in the car and guess who's put, like, today I did a 10K run.
You were asleep. I did it before you woke up.
Oh, did you really? All those that want to see John do a 10K run and I'll follow him with the GoPro, feel free to comment below and we'll make him live up to his word.
When I was a young bloke,
yeah,
40 plus years ago, I used to do 10Ks all the time.
Yeah, and since then? Hello? Yeah, he's ignoring me now.
There you go.